on. Likewise, Camilla Bright for Washington and Carol Gates, respectively. Brazil in their famous gold and green and blue against America, receiving in dark blue. And the USA, the defending champions, take that first point.
Nice start by the USA, handling the first pass well. And this is going to be an interesting battle at the net, watching High-octane hit that slide against Figueroa.
Jordan Poulter, one of the best servers for the United States. Good at digs as well. That's a great little dig. Thompson goes for the tip. Wong Orantes. Quick little pass and a pancake early on. Get that confidence, get the feel of the ball in the court. This is a great rally early on. And it's another point to the USA.
Good hustle by both teams. Scrapping, like you said, a lot of tips right now in this first rally, just trying to get their touches going, see if they can tip over top of the block some of these out-of-system plays. But here's that hang and that block by Jordan Thompson. Very well executed. Good start for the USA.
Poulter continues. It was her serving which unpicked the Turkish defense in the semi-final. And it's another point for the US block again. Carol looks puzzled. High-octane punches the air. It's another point. 3 to the good. It's the overpass almost, just off the tape. Faltering start by Brazil at the moment. High-octane hardly gets hold of that one. But the US just finding time, finding the ball, finding the play, until they meet the block from Carol and Tandara, one of your players to watch.
Absolutely, and Carol, you can see a little bit of that frustration from the first set. You know that miscue still is upsetting her, and she gets over the net, presses down, finishes that play.
One change from the team which came through against Japan in the semi-final. Carol in for Ana Beatriz. Gabby serves. This has got to go over, free pass. Out of system, Brazil at the moment. And that's not the best swing for Jordan Thompson. And we saw that yesterday as well in the semi-final. There wasn't the fluency. The team changed when Andy Drews came on. She's been given the vote of confidence, but...
Yeah, she'll be fine. I mean, I think that set may have been just a little bit inside, and she didn't get her feet all the way to it. If that ball gets a little bit higher to her, she can get on top of it and hit over top.
What did you say?
There's the swing. It's a fast set. Got a little bit further out there for her, and she got on it quick. You see Carol has to hold with High-octane. Stay there in the middle. Creates that seam for Thompson.
So Michelle Barch-Hackley, member of the team which came back in 2019 to beat Brazil. 3-2. She didn't have a chance then. The ball was back at her feet before she could say her name. 3-4.
Carol gets on the ball so fast. That's what they were looking for before. Just missed a little bit high and slow earlier. And here's that speed right in the gap. And she pulls the trigger just so fast.
That was power. That was relief. And now she's got the serve. You can see why Roberto wanted her in this starting six. Nicely. Jordan Thompson, she heard those words, the positive vibes. And that's another cracking swing.
Well, that ball, it sits just a little bit. It hangs, it's fast, but it gives her a little bit of height to go over top of the block. You see that spike height at 3.02 meters.
Luque High-octane, big experience, 2012, 2016 Olympics. Figueroa, Olympic champion in 2012. Still the ball in play. And Jordan Thompson there, out of system, and a little tip over, which was really a gift, wasn't it?
Well, that was a tough play. She was running in trying to control that ball on the move and ends up setting it over the net. But a good rally by both teams. You see this play, she's coming in on defense, wants to play it behind her head for Jordan Poulter, and she ends up setting it over the net. Good job by Gattaz cleaning it up.
39 years old, but playing like a 19-year-old. And reads the game so well. She's up with the block. But Jordan Larson, team captain for the USA, pushes it through. Her first point, nice swing.
See her go high off those hands. Again, middle blocker a little bit late. She takes advantage of that, skipping off the top of that block.
Jordan Thompson. Boom. That was always going over. And whoever got in the way was always on a hiding to nothing. Tandara.
That's that arm we were talking about in the beginning. Comes through hard, creates that space. They're in a two-hitter rotation, so they have two front row attackers, but you always have Tandara out of the back row.
249 points for the VNL in 2021. Figure eight. Nice reverse set. And then off the block from Haley Washington.
USA have run a couple of slides so far, just really working the edge of the block. Akinrado will hit one, and now Washington beating Gabby all the way to the pin. She drops it in the cross court, but she's able to hit it off the hands. See if they go after Figueroa still here or straight down the line at Gabby.
Larson again. It is Figueroa. And it is Tandara. Opened the body, opened the face, and crashed it away. Good contest. Two teams just making their way. Not the fast start that either would have wanted. Nice block. Michelle Barch-Hackley. And that's the first technical timeout. The US 8-6 in the lead. Just what they wanted. And this is going to be a technical timeout with a difference, because it's going to be longer. It's going to be a minute 30, and that there is a jersey which is a very significant development for Volleyball World and the FIVB. That is the equal jersey. It's going to have the names of two players printed on a special edition jersey with the same number. It's part of a wider campaign to show the sport that it is like no other in terms of other major sports, equal prize money, match formats, exactly the same, to promote a level playing field. And in this particular event, we have Kamila Bereitz wearing number 18, the same shirt as Igor Kliuka, the Russian outside hitter. And for Jordan Larson, she is wearing a shirt number 10, which is paired with the German libero Julian Zenger. And this is part of a wider campaign which will be continued throughout this match and also in the men's VNL final. And that surely has to be a significant development for the sport.
It's so important for the world to see that volleyball wants to take the lead on equality and making it equal in the sport between men and women. It's no one's perfect and everyone's striving. We are striving to get there, and that's what this shirt signifies. I've got mine on.
And I'm wearing one too. I could also tell you there's a very important person also around. The president of the FIVB is wearing one too. This is the start of something big and important for the FIVB and volleyball as a whole. For now, we are looking towards part two of this first set in the women's final. Crashed cross courts by Gabby, and Brazil draw level against the pull 1 point up, 7-8. There is that striking equal jersey, Larson and Zenger, Kamila Bereitz and Igor Kliuka. As much as equality, one of these teams is looking for supremacy, superiority, and at the moment the USA have it by 9 points to 7. But already you can tell this is going to be a close, intense contest.
Absolutely. We expect it to be back and forth, and this is what Barch-Hackley does so well. The ball is in position. She doesn't have any room to go. Hits off the edge. One of the best tool attackers that I've seen.
Big hits. Carol's done it again. Jordan Larson hits the floor. 9-8.
What makes Carol so effective is that speed of her arm. See, the block gets in there. Akarado's hands high, but she's not fast enough to get over unless she's in a full commit.
What a great pickup by Camila Bright. Superb. And that's too good again. And Brazil, equal jerseys, equal score, 9-all.
It started with that touch, like you say, by Bright. Camila Bright, one of the best liberos here at the VNL. Ranks third in digs. Just so good behind the block, and this creates a nice high opportunity down the line.
We're getting ourselves a match. The two-time VNL champions level at the moment with the team they beat in 2019. That's another great rescue and pickup by Camila Bright. And I tell you what, not only did she rescue it, but Brazil have taken the point as well.
So good, so fast. That's what you're going to see from Camila Bright. Look at her change direction quickly and then control that touch with both hands perfect to the setter. And Figueiredo going after it.
One of the best liberos there is in the VNL in the world. Back in the team since 2019. She had a baby Alice in 2017, Camila Bright, but she is absolutely vital to this team. It's a role that Jordan Thompson would love to play too, in her particular opposite role, 10-all. They're trading points, it's side out, side out.
This is where they got stuck a little bit yesterday in this rotation one, and Jordan Thompson now really good. That ball was perfectly set to her on the left side, down the line.
Carol is on fire at the moment. Comes in for Ana Beatriz for this final, and she's cracking some points, up to 4 already.
So high, so fast. We could say it over and over again, but getting her the ball is the key. If they're not passing well, they can't get her the ball, and that's what they're doing well right now.
One monster block. The American team at the moment running into a wall, a golden, green and blue wall. Carol puts it away, and that was Carol Gates, middle blocker, supreme.
She dives in on this ball, takes away that angle. That's what you need to do against Akarato. See if you can take away some space.
Brazil, 2 points clear. Quick move to Jordan Larson, 12-11.
Larson with that nice high swing, sees the block and the defense so well. You see her go just high off the hand of Tandara, right between the two defenders as well. Tough ball to play.
Never got it high enough for Luke Akinrarawo. Straight into the net, 13-11.
Again, going after Figueiredo in serve receive. They were trying to put some pressure on her, get the ball off the net, but she ends up missing that one just into the tape going cross court.
Akinrarawo off middle blocker, and Justine Wongarantes, libero back up. Tandara to serve. Wongarantes takes that nice pass and put away expertly by Jordan Thompson.
So good, and Wongarantes has gotten better and better passing out of zone 1 as the tournament has gone on. A perfect ball, holds the block, and set to Thompson, who can just crush it deep into the corner.
Big confidence for Jordan Thompson when she's gliding in so effortlessly and puts the ball away. The USA are really cooking. Tried it there with the serve, push wide, 14-12. No disgrace, Karsh Karai, like any coach, like Salima Rockwell, you've got to go for it.
That's it. Well, they have serving targets, and you want to hit them because it's all part of the game plan.
Ritual that Figueiredo goes through. Barge Hackley, not the best pass. And that point, the fault Picked up by first referee, 15-12. Foot over the line, over the center line, so 15-12 Brazil. Strong start, just beginning to break clear. Barch-Hackley gets the pass in, Larson tries the kill. And Gabby doesn't get it over the net, 15-13.
That's a big deal. Dig in the back row by Fegere on Larson, perfect. And Wright just sends a bump, setting that ball a little bit too far off the net.
Captain Larson to serve. How well was that put away by Gabby? 16-13. From 8-6 down to 16-13 in charge.
I think you do.
This will be like the first technical timeouts, a longer
we're siding out
timeout than before.
Let's bring our
Again,
pressure up
to emphasize this new
we got
commitment
some early
from
chances.
Volleyball World and the
We're gonna
FIVB
right
and
now.
the sport of volleyball
Real quick,
generally
rows
towards
1, 2, 3,
equality.
they're
The
trying
equal
to push
jersey
me.
is equal. And they have genuine claim to be the world's most gender equal sport. It's also one of the most gripping and exciting, and this could add to its reputation. Brazil currently 16-13 ahead of the two-time VNL champions. Brazil could well have been the champions in 2019. They were 2-love up, but went down in 5 sets to the USA. They're looking to make it 17-13 now. And off the block, Fegere lands it big, and Thompson cannot return that, get the pass in play, and it's now 17-13. Brazil going well.
Well, Fegere's face says it all. She is trying to lead this team right now. Get after it. Look at that expression. She wants to win this match as badly as anyone.
USA, team timeout. Time for Kash Karai and some words.
Calling our routes loud for Polt. Here we go. Let's go, ladies.
Right here.
Strong
USA!
side.
USA! USA!
On the big block, do I need that guy getting more into that one, or do I just stay over when I'm at block defenders?
I think stay over and we needed to go.
Around it? Okay. Yeah, okay. Because I'm trying not to reach and trying to just go over my space to
Hey, we need a couple turns. Okay, right now. Let's go.
Defense, defense.
A couple of things in that timeout. First, Coach Karai was talking to them just about calling their routes nice and loud for their setters so she knows where they're going. And Haley Washington asking about taking away something on the block. Should I go right where I am? Should I reach a little bit? So it's a good conversation, trying to figure out what to do against Fegere out of the back row.
The pipe really working for Brazil at the moment. That's better. Washington gets her first swing in. She was one of the aces in the USA pack against Turkey in the semi-final, knocking up into double figures. Some great points, some great swings, good serves as well. It's been quiet from her so far. She's serving now the middle block. Again targeting Fegere. And then arriving like an express train, it's Tandara once more on the opposite.
I tell you, I'm most impressed right now with Fegere's passing. She's handling the ball well. They're putting a lot of pressure on her, trying to just get the ball off the net and get her off her game. But this creates this opportunity for Tandara, who can score against 2. She definitely can score against 1 block.
Score against 3. That's a lovely pickup. And that's a welcome point. It's a foothold again, 18-15, because Brazil are just siding out, keeping America, the USA, at bay.
There's that flat swing. You'll see she doesn't take a full swing on top of it and finish down. Hits it flat so it goes off the block.
That's a 2 from Poulter. Tandara having to check herself with that set. And it's a chance for Barch-Hackley to take advantage. Lovely pass by Fegere to keep it in, and then Tandara does it again. The angle looked tight, the block was there, but the point is Brazil's.
What a play. Fegere is so good out of the middle back right now, but they're slowing the ball down at the net with the block touches. That's giving her some opportunities to play. Look, neutral position, and then reacts from there, keeping the ball alive. here's that big swing by Tandara. Hard swing off the block, hard to chase down.
Six points for the match top scorer so far. Carol not far behind. And here's Gabby. She was going clever. That serve, your facial expression, what's that about? That seemed to be, okay, she was going bold, it swings out and it looks silly, but at the time,
yeah, I think it was a miss hit.
Okay.
It was
We
an
move
odd
on then.
spin.
Yeah, okay.
She was going after that side of the court, but
that's an ace for Michelle Barch-Hackley, 1917. That was not a miss hit.
not at all.
And instead, it's a timeout. Clever by Roberto. That's enough from America.
Roda agora, vai.
Mesma situação, arruma só o passe um pouquinho mais redondo. Vai achar devagar, vai achar ela aqui. Já está começando a chegar próximo, ainda estão batendo um pouquinho.
Eu estou batendo na hora que eu estou entrando.
Deixa
eu estou
mais
entrando,
parado.
ela já está atacando.
Agora, vai embora. Vai.
There's that ace on Camilla Bright, who rarely gets aced. That has to be a tough serve. Michelle Barch-Hackley putting some float on this thing.
One of the best servers around on her day. That's really clever. What a quick piece of thinking by the US block.
Definitely not easy to do. And you'll see Jordan Larson come in and have a quick conversation about what's going on, some strategy. But here's that tough serve, trying to get Figueiredo past that ball, but in that seam. And Thompson just stands there at the net, handles it, takes care of it.
Good run this, Barch-Hackley. Goes again. Just gave that too much, almost crept very close to the back line as well. She's normally been further back when she launches it. And that gives Brazil breathing space, and they're into 20s for the first time, 2018. Carroll can't get that, and off the block. Thompson narrows it to 1.
Thompson very good on the right side so far for the USA. Nice high swing off the hands. She mixes up her shots really well.
Change here with Kelsey Robinson coming on, and also Hayley Robinson's back as well, and Robinson is going to serve. Lovely. The middle attack, Gates, 21-19. Make it look so easy.
It's a really nice play when she's running forward, Macris running forward. You see Gatis come off 1 foot and still hits a slide attack in the middle of the court. Here's that play, off 1 foot, throws it up right behind her head. Brilliant play.
Juan Arantes is back on court, I think Rado as well. Middle blocker for outside hitter in the rotation. And Rosa Maria comes on with Danny Lintz. It's the double switch. Setter and outside hitter, or opposite for Tandara and Macris. It's the simple switch. And that's a simple finish too.
Well, Brazil wants to get some size, blocking and attacking, have more attacking options, but USA being smart, flinging that ball back there where Figueiredo is. And Thompson's been successful, might as well keep rolling with it right now.
8 points in the match. Top scorer, confidence building. Good low serve as well, only just up by Bright. Fast move. in transition, and Jordan Larson takes the point and brings them level. Brazil 21, the USA 21.
This is what we thought. We thought it would be back and forth, and I knew this was going to be a good one. And here's that swing by Larson, hitting off the edge, and this is just a tough roll, hard to pick up no matter who you are.
Key point now in this first set. Brazil were well clear, but the USA have come back. It's another wonderful serve and a great pickup by Bright. And she's done it again, Jordan Thompson, in the thick of the action. Wonderful pickup, and then just pushed too wide off the block. Hayley Washington, Brazil, inch clear.
Barge Hackley setting a nice ball to the right side, and Hayley Washington just going off one foot, saying, I can hit a slide on the right on a high ball. Here's that pickup by Thompson that gets her on the ground. And a high ball. Washington had the right idea, just cut it a little too sharp.
Figure eight, with the USA needing side out to get level. Not the easiest, but Larson will go big. And here's Gabby. Great block. Held herself, then went for it, but the block. Here's the captain. Again at figure eight. And Gabby goes again, and this time it lands, and Brazil take the points and the lead.
Gabby is so difficult to block. Watch her arm swing, come from almost behind her, winds up, goes around it. Hard to read her, and she gets on that thing quick through the block.
Jose Roberto is getting very steamed up.
Well, they called a sub,
Yep.
and for the wrong person.
Yeah.
I think he was pretty upset because that was almost too late.
Gabby was going off. Instead, with Natalia, the captain, going on, he wanted to swap with Carol Gartes.
It could have been bad.
Yeah, absolutely. But he rescued it. And now let's see if Natalia, playing her first match, starting cross court. That hasn't gone the way that Brazil had planned. The big switch.
The block was there and in pretty good position. That's Barge Hackley's vision that sees this block. Perfectly formed, actually. Hits that ball sharp. That's a tough swing.
Needed to be 23 all. Hayley Washington, first set. On a knife edge. Except when Gabby's involved. Supremely timed, up, down, set point.
That was the set by Denny Lins. Just a little downbeat set. Ball comes to her, holds the blockers, gets that one-on-one. That was all her.
She was Olympic champion in 2012, one of the cornerstones of that recovery too, by Brazil against the USA in that London final. And now, here's the chance for Macris, back on serve and on court. Perfect. Take two. One set point saved. Big experience, not just of this match, but of the tournaments and volleyball generally. This is where it all counts. Big swing. There's an appeal.
Going, play to the whistle.
They're playing to the whistle, but also they've gone for the challenge. Lucas Labe went straight for the appeal.
Okay, table it.
They claim there's a fault. Here comes the challenge.
So in the middle of that rally, they didn't think the ball cleared the net at all, and the play was going on. So they hit the challenge button. It must be hit in the middle of the rally. You can't call it when the ball is dead and challenge something earlier on in the play.
They had to react quickly. They couldn't let that point finish. So we now wait to see.
Watch all the players looking at the big video board here.
So the ball they claim did not get over the net. Well, there was no touch. If that was the...
They are correct. That's right.
So the USA still have two challenges left. And with the USA now leading 25-24, Brazil go for a timeout.
Vamos rodar, galera. Vamos rodar a bola. Vamos rodar a bola.
Valeu, valeu, vai.
Olha de novo.
Vai igual, vambora. Bora, concentrar no side-down.
Tem que fazer só um pouco. Só segurar um pouquinho, não pode voar pra cá. Arrumar um passe de novo.
Ajusta rápido, ela tá pegando a bola e sacando. Vai dar de bola,
Tá fechada no chute? Bora, vambora, time, uma bola. A bola tá fechada no chute, dá pra soltar? Bora.
Dá o quê?
Dá pra soltar no chute.
Jordan Poulter to serve. Macris goes to Gabby. Barch Hackley thought that was over. The set as much as the ball, but it's still in play. This has got to get over. Free pass again. Out of system on the Brazil side of the net, but can the US finish it? It's still in play. Superb defense. And yet again, the USA see it and win it and take this first set 26-24. There's a challenge though by Brazil. They claim there's a net touch. So before Karsh Karai and his team can celebrate, Hawkeye will determine, was there a net touch to deprive the USA of this first set?
What a rally that was. Exciting digs all over the place. Both teams scrapping that move from Tandara out over the boards. But we'll see if anyone touched the net here on that last play.
There's frustration as much as losing the set as the fact they lost the lead for such a dominant spell as well. 17-13, 19-17, they had their own set point as well, and yet the defending champions have come through and possibly taken it by 2, 24-26. Here's the review then. Is that a net touch by an American arm? Or is that the net just moving because the ball hit it?
Oh.
It's a fault, according to Hawkeye.
It said no fault. Wait, the ball. So the argument is the ball pushing the net into
Karsh Karai is fuming. Can't believe that decision.
Absolutely, he's still pointing to the board. That's what you're looking at.
No fault. Yes. Touch to the side. No, like no fault. Like point for us. No, last one fault.
And you hear her saying it said no fault on the screen at first, and that's what they all saw.
No. The point is changed. Hello. Danny. Taking the scholar check. Now 24-26. Danny. Check the scholar. Okay.
The arm touched the net.
The arm touched the net, says Roberto. Karsh Karai is claiming that because he came up first fault, saying no fault.
Danny.
The arm.
Head touch. Fault.
Hawkeye, though, says there was a fault, even though initially it came up as no fault.
Just a mistake. Fault. 25-25, yes.
25-25 is the verdict from the first referee. Karsh Karai can't believe it. He's still continuing talking to Danny Cespedes, the second referee.
Okay.
He's had to take it. The American team have to take it. It's now 25-all, so there is no celebration. And they have to refocus and go again. And off the block, that just makes their frustration even more so, because Brazil take that point 26-25, and they now have the chance to close out this first set.
That was a big block by Tandara. At that time, a one-on-one swing on the outside. She makes a big move, getting stuff blocked.
And it's a timeout call by Karsh Karai. Clear heads, go again.
Nice reset here. Got 3 strong routes where our coverage is going to be on after this side out, Luca.
Pin to pin, ladies. Pin to pin, maybe some trans pick over there. Be good on those.
Here we go.
USA! 1 here, right side out!
Nice passes.
Yeah. But I also don't know where I'm taking my feet there. I can watch. much. I thought it looked pretty
He
good.
is quietly fuming.
Well, I did a nice job at that timeout, just keeping it together, saying, we're okay here, let's have some nice clean routes. But here is that one-on-one move by Tandaro, taking away that line, showing a lot of it.
So set point for Brazil. Thompson goes down the middle, and she takes the point. It's 26 all.
I absolutely love that Poulter went right back to her out of the timeout. Held the block, moved it around. Instead of hitting line that time, crushes it in that angle.
USA is still in this.
You can see the block hold, and she gets on that quick in the middle of the court.
Arch Hackley to serve. Brazil ready. They thought they were going for set point. Now we're level again. Tandara unloads once more. She's the go-to player, and she's the one who's getting the points.
Well, she's been so good at hitting the blocker that's showing up late right now, and that's why the ball's skipping high off the hands. Sees it coming, she hits it hard off the hands.
Camilla Blight comes off, and they want some height at the net, so Carol Gates is back. With Carol, the chance to serve for this set point. Not the best pass. This has got to go over and be successful, and it's pushed long by Arch Hackley, and the defending champions have lost the first set. Brazil take it by 28 points to 26. Controversy at the end. Brazil will say, well, we were ahead and we should have stayed there. USA came back, then there was the blow-up over that net touch that was or wasn't. Eventually Hawkeye and the referees decided it was a touch, and therefore USA had to swallow that, come again. But Brazil take the first set, 28-26. It's every bit as intense, every bit as close as we were hoping.
Absolutely, some high-level volleyball. And here's that last play. Looks like Juan Orantes wants to set that pipe ball. I don't know if that was inside for Larson, and then Bartz just took a swing at it. That's a tough swing coming from behind your head out of that middle back. But Brazil pushing at the end, not giving up, not getting frustrated, and finishing that set.
So let's have a look how these two stack up. Opposition errors more by the USA, which is one of the reasons they came through so strongly against Turkey. Otherwise, little in it. So it's those opposition errors. That's what they got to tighten up.
Yeah, a little bit of the errors, and really it's just at the right time, the crucial times during the set when you put the ball away, how many points you can string together in a row as well. There's going to be errors that come with the game. That's not a super high error set, but it's still a high errors. That's what did it. And there's the woman right there, Tandara, with one of our players to watch, who already has made an impact for the team with 8 points, hitting high off the hands and around the block, but really just giving her team that energy that she always does and provides for them. Tandara right now has 70% attacks in, 1 block, and 8 total points.
8 points so far, and before this final she had 247 points as the top scorer for Brazil in this tournament. She had 302 when the VNL finished in 2018. She was the top scorer overall for Brazil. Magnificent effort, and she's again leading from the front, and will be doing so exactly that in Tokyo in the Olympics in 4.5 weeks' time.
Thompson having a nice match herself. One of the leading scorers here with 9 points for the USA. They've been really battling over there on the right side between Thompson and Drews, and both of them have had just phenomenal performances here at the VNL. Jordan Thompson in right now for the USA. Super efficient with her arm, lots of range. Doing a nice job right now for USA.
Set 2 is about to unfold with Brazil 1 set to the good, and the starting sixes as we were for set one. Macris, Gabi, Carol, Tandara, Fegere, Carol Gabez for Brazil. Poulter in position one, Barch Hackley, Akinradowo, Thompson, Larson and Washington. With Poulter to start and serve for the USA. They need to strike back. Poulter into position. Larson going for the pipe, but Gabi was ready. Macris then feeds Tandara. What a good opening rally this is. Lovely block, but it's still up. Supreme effort by Brazil to keep this pup in play. It's a mega rally. We could be here all night until Thompson trying to get...
Here's that last set that's a little bit behind Jordan Thompson's head. She ends up cutting that ball out of bounds.
And Gabi's been waiting 39 seconds. And she served, and we're underway again. What a good block. The wait was worth it for Brazil. Caroline Fegere.
I mean, that is a monster block. Carol gets all the way out to that right side of the court. Watch this move. Gets there and closes his block, but watch her hands press high and down. That is just textbook for a block.
Gabi goes slightly deeper. Barch Hackley the pass. And Thompson off the block. Good to get a swing early in this second set. The USA looking for early momentum. Barch Hackley quickly to the ball and serving. Nice back set. Thompson goes again and takes that off the block from Gabi. Can't get the pass in, 2-all.
That's the perfect ball. It starts with the ball, the hit, slowed down by Larson, and a perfect dig by Wong Arantes to the setter. That's the flight and the height of the ball that Thompson needs to get on top of it, and then she can hit wherever she wants.
Urgency among the blue of the USA. That's not bad by Tandara, as you'd expect, but it's side out, 3-2. The USA still there. It's when Brazil disappear with a 5-love start, then they start to worry.
It's so hard. I mean, you can't even get in the way of that thing sometimes.
I think your expression, the description, cannon of arm is absolutely absolutely spot on. That's long, too long by Carol. Side out. Hayley Washington into the front court. Camilla Bright back court for Carol. For the defences, Akinradowo serves. Taken by Gabi. Fegere off the block. Simple, effective. Next, please.
Fegere so good on the left side, just seeing the block, hitting high off the hands, a little bit late gather by Washington. She takes advantage of it.
Right, here's the cannon. It's a good serve. But from the pipe, the pass, the set, the pipe, 4-all. Great response.
Perfect response. Middle holds the block. USA likes to run this Vic as fast as they possibly can. You'll see the step out actually got that, sees what's coming, but can't catch up to it.
Judge that through the defense. Past the block brilliantly. Barch Hackley. Fegere, that's not a good pass. Anything but, it's an ace. 5-4.
That's the serve they've been looking for, driving this ball straight down the line and catching Fegere between her and the sideline. You see it hits the left side of her body. Tough serve to pass. She's going to have to make a little adjustment there. A little closer to the sideline, you see Gabby squeezing her a little bit in serve receive.
Well up from Macris. Did that touch the floor? Carol Gattes and Fegere accept the ruling from the referee. It's painful for the coach, but that's 6-4. USA lead.
Nice little serving run here by Jordan Thompson, just driving that ball flat to the tape, and that's what happens sometimes, that lucky roll when you drive it flat.
Again, going really low, just crept over. And that's a really good swing. Slide from Gattes.
Well, an even better set. Macris handling that ball that's passed tight and flinging it with one hand back to Gattes on the slide. Watch this set. Perfectly placed. Sees the block well. And Mongarantes gets under it, but can't keep it high enough.
Figure. Just keep aiming those serves at her. It can also impact other aspects of the game as well. The confidence dips. That wasn't one of the finest serves she's released in the VNL.
No, that's tough. When you miss into the net, that's a bad miss. You want to miss deep, give someone an opportunity to play it, or at least have to make a decision.
Jordan Larson going deeper again for Fegere. Tandara's been set back once. She passes. Thompson going for the tip. Not so much the power there. Here comes Tandara. She knew exactly what she wanted, and she's got it off the block.
That first play by Thompson, it was a little misconnection out of the back row, and that tip allowed Brazil to run this offense, get Tandara going out of the back row. Here's that nice dig, controlling it, keeping it going, but that was the second time around. Blast off the hands. So much power behind that swing.
Carroll's front court for Camila Bright. Brazil looking for height, skill, experience at the net with Carol Gattes. With all that at the back as well. Lovely tip. Really clever. And that takes us to the first technical timeout in set two. Barch Hackley. Just, you could see what was coming, and then Brazil probably did at the last minute go, oh no. Fantastic.
Por isso que ela não
Não, nessa. Tô dizendo a bola que a Macri recuperou lá.
Ah, tá bom, pensei que era no bloco.
Mas eu passar a rodar, tá no jogo, vambora, vai.
Melhorar um pouquinho o saco, galera.
Tá todo mundo com 100% lá até agora, galera.
O jogo tá 8-6, nós não quebramos um ainda, calma.
Valeu, vamos forçar isso aí,
Vambora.
bora. Vai, passar a rodar de primeiro, um pontinho, vambora.
Vamos mexer,
Tem que ficar esperto, porque não saiu largada até agora, né? A gente precisa, por isso que nós precisamos jogar um pouquinho mais, na correspondência, um pouquinho mais dentro. A saída não larga muito, larga alto, né? Mas aqui não.
Sai da vai, galera.
Sistema defensivo, vambora. Sai da alto, vambora.
Passe hora de primeiro, vambora.
Fegere once more the target. Here's Gabby unloading, and off the block. There's a Brazilian smile because they've got the point.
Again with Gabby, such a difficult thing to do is defend her and defend that arm. She can hit it straight ahead and find the seam where she can tool off the edge. Just an unorthodox arm that's very hard to reach. She's so skilled.
A difference and a contrast to Tandara, who's all pretty much power. And look at that, Tandara and Carroll, 8-all. Don't just say she's a big cannon with an arm. To swing, she can block too.
Moves the block in well. That ball falls inside. Watch her stop short. Stays there, lines up perfectly, and doesn't let Barch Hackley hit that ball down the line.
Nice dig. And good finish. Wasn't the cleanest contact, but it was the most effective. It seemed just to get enough on it to make it drop and kill straight away.
And sometimes that happens, just a little bit miscommunication or misconnection, but she's high enough, gets on top of it, goes through the block.
Oh, yes. Gabby again.
Just streaking her right now, setting her when she's hot. She's having a lot of success. Look at her turn her whole body so she can catch that left hand of Barch-Hackley.
She's not built as strongly as a number of hitters, but it's the skill, the spring, and that arm, the amount and the way it comes back like a trigger.
Hackley with a huge swing into that seam. See this side out. She finds it, gets close to the net, catches the sideline.
And she continues with the US in the lead. Figure eight. It's too long, but is there a touch?
Looking for it. We'll see if they challenge.
Camilla Bright said there was a touch. Fegre straight onto Zé Roberto, the coach. Now let's have a look with the replay. Well, she didn't appeal.
They didn't
So
challenge.
there's no challenge. He can't believe it.
The
Had
challenge.
the chance. And here now,
Oh.
wow. Great dig by Poulter. And then Larson unloads. God. There's some big swings here, but none of them have killed so far. And that was just a little bit messy, and Larson out of system. That was hit and hope, and it was never going to do more than get blocked straight away.
Well, that's a tough play. Good defensive effort on the side of Brazil, keeping the ball alive. And then the layout by Barch-Hackley as well. This ball ends up in the middle of the court, and Larson has to just try and make a play on it with a triple block in front of her. There's that net cam.
Easy to be wise after the event, say, was there a tip on? But the point is gone, and it's side out Brazil with Carroll. That's what the captain really wanted if the set had been there for the previous point, taking it off the block. Side out 12-10.
Larson getting on this ball on the side of her arm, sees the block. It's not where she can hit it on top, so she takes advantage of the edge of the block.
Oh, yes. Oh, thought that was going to be brilliant. Majestic by Poulter, but that slide, quick, low, teammates together. Macri. Good dig. And that's too long by Thompson. She looked towards the referee appealingly, but not convincingly. 12 all, and that little break by the USA has been cut away, eaten away, and it's gone now, Brazil. A lot of activity among the USA substitutes. Are we going to see Annie Drews and Micah Hancock possibly? That's a good finish. The pipe from Michelle Barch-Hackley. Carroll getting some attention, and just as we mentioned, a possible substitute, they're made.
So
Hancock and Drews on for Poulter and Thompson, so it's a straight swap, and here comes a hammer of a serve from the other setter, Micah Hancock. On Fegre. Cross court, which is straight at Fegre. Washington with a swing. And here comes Tandara. Great block by Washington. This has got to go over. And there goes Drews. And she sent that just wide.
wow, that was a big rip, and they're not sure if they're going to challenge it or not. Trying to get an eye from the bench so you know if it's in. Does anyone know if that ball was in? But here's that play. Nice layout by Barch-Hackley. Look at this pancake again. And the blast cross court by Drews is just out of bounds.
13 all. Brazil have the cushion of that first set. And here's Figueiredo. That's a better serve. What a pickup, one-handed by Gabby. USA block. And here comes Drews, or is it going to be Barch-Hackley? It is, the pipe.
No argument on the side of USA. That ball was hit just wide. It's a nice run, trying to get some offense going out of the back row. Barch-Hackley sees the block in front of her. Here's that nice dig by Gabby out of the front row. Found it, but both blockers in her way, and she had to avoid that block, and that's why she hits that ball out of bounds. Drews going around the back here, all the way across the court.
It's set for Drews, and she takes it. She got there in the end. That was almost like Q jumping past Justine Wong-Arantes. I'm coming through, out of the way.
You saw that route? So normally she goes behind all the passers, and because of the surge, she had to cut through in front of Wong-Arantes.
Well, they got there in the end. But they're still level, 14 all. Float from Larson. And the hit from Gabby just rises seemingly effortlessly and then packs it away.
She gets up well, sees that the block is pinched in, knows she has some space down the line. Hancock is not sure if that ball is in or out, and hits it deep into the court. Gabby right now with 7 points for Brazil.
Carol back on the court, front net. Here she goes. Barch-Hackley makes it through then. Drews claiming that was in, but the referee calmly motions towards Brazil, 16-14. There's no challenge from the USA. And Brazil have hauled back that deficit at the first technical timeout, 6-8.
A couple other tough swings and we got blocked on those. Just make sure we're taking the opposite out, taking the setter out, and we'll play around that.
Hey,
after this side out.
Hey, it's mostly pins and number 2 every now and then. We gotta make strong blocking move out there. We cannot shuffle and be late. They're going long string, short string, long string, long string. We gotta be on them, okay? Let's go. Come on, strong blocking move. Let's go.
USA! USA!
Be good on that pin.
Also relax.
Yes,
this is the volleyball we live for. So go
Let's
with
go.
it.
Okay.
Going and like bringing that energy up.
Let's go.
Bring it up a notch, take it, come on,
Pra frente, dou na bola curta, ruim. Vambora.
A lot of conversation going on in that timeout, but some important things to note. You heard Coach Slave saying they're running from pin. We can't be bunched in, shuffling to the outsides, to the antennas, and be late. We have to be smarter with our block moves. That was one of the big points.
That's better. Not called on to block, that was called on to swing. 15-16.
Nice run from off the net, still keeps that pace.
Haley Washington, USA needing a run, needing some momentum. But Gabby's coming. So too's Larson. And that's a great block. And they have a result. 16 all from 2 sets. From no line judges, no ball retrievers, the players. It's pretty much volleyball DIY, taking you back to club days maybe. Figueiredo targeted, but she did a good pass. And then Gabby
Behind on that fast set.
Gone for Barch Hackley. Down the left, and they take the point, 17 all.
Well, Barch Hackley can hit almost any set. Do something with it, make something out of it. Nice work by that double sub.
So that's got them back in it. Jordan Poulter and Jordan Thompson back as Poulter serves. Fegure under attack. Barch Hackley go for the push. More power from Gabby. Likewise, Thompson, good rally. Here comes Tandara, and that always spells bad news invariably for the USA.
Tandara coming through, because one of the things that Coach Karai told the team in the timeout, hey, get the ball in the setter, get it on the right front, and that's what they're doing right now. And they're actually executing that really well. The block is able to adjust, but when you have Tandara, and even if it's just a high bump set from anybody, she can find some room around the block.
The power to dislodge a block, but also the perception to find a way past it. Here comes Gabby. Nice. Quick set, middle attack. Haven't seen much of that, whereas in the match, the semi-final set against Turkey, we saw a lot more from Akindaroa and also from Hayley Washington.
They're working on getting that perfect pass and finding that connection, and that's what they had right there. That ball stopped in the air, gave her some room to see around the block.
Nice. USA can do it, and so too can Brazil.
Well, we know Carol can do it. She's been doing it all night. Here's that gap that she likes to run. And you see Jordan Poulter's in it, has an opportunity, but Carol too fast once again for the USA block.
Thompson arrives on cue. Quick set, back set, and there is the opposite, 19 all.
There's some space. You see Figueire's pinched in, has to chase that ball to the line, sees it well.
USA are set down, but level at 19 all, knowing taking this second set equalizes everything. Go 2 sets down, they've got a problem. And that's nicely put away. Gataz again.
Showing some fire there. There's that slide again. You've got 3 attackers, so you don't often see a slide attack from the middle. Here's that nice view by the net cam. She runs it right behind the setter's head and beats the block.
So much experience, so much know-how, Gataz. And it's really helping, not just at club level, but also at national level. Although on that occasion, 20 all, 39 years old, she was the best blocker last season in the South American Club Championships. Minas Tennis Klubber. Longevity. Here's Tandara. And that has to be a foot over the attack line. A rare mistake by Tandara.
Well, there's a fine line. When you run that ball quickly, you want to run this attack. She has to get in there. There's that left foot coming around. It's exactly what you want it to look like, except for the line part.
Yes.
Gets on it. Ball, she has to reach on that ball a little bit.
And that's a timeout for Brazil on that error.
Eu tô aprendendo direto com a Carol, também não é um problema, tá dando simples aqui, o fundo meio é boa opção. Vambora, a ponta também, é tranquilo. O passe tá bom, manter isso aí. Então ele tem que sacar um pouquinho mais para 6. Eu vou pedir 6-1. Um pouquinho mais. Quem tá com 44% de passe abate, galera. É lá que nós temos que sacar. Vambora. Para, arruma, vambora!
1 I always see just Jose Roberto so calm in the timeouts, very methodical with what he's doing and how he's coaching his team. Doesn't like to get too up and down in those timeouts and try to keep them even keel as well.
He knows how crucial this could be, how important it would be for his team to close out this second set. They're behind at the moment, but here comes Fegere with a tip. Brilliantly picked up by Thompson, and then how about that for a finish by Michelle Barch-Hackley.
That was a fantastic play. And you might even think she was in the front row, but a good pickup by Jordan Thompson on the tip. I see a lot of subs here coming, but a good play by the USA. Barch-Hackley out of the back row.
So Rosa Maria on, Danny Lintz on. It's the usual 2 on, 2 off. Tandara taking a stretch, taking a break. Macris off as well. And here comes Thompson. Nice pickup. Danny Lintz quickly front court. And Rosa Maria, first big swing. And it's her first point.
So everything changes in that serve receive pattern when they do that double sub. It was down the line. Figueroa was on the other side of the court. Now they can split the attackers, create some more seams, get some space there for an attack.
Rosa Maria back in the Brazil national lineup for the first time in 3 years after a really good season in Italy. Cementing her place, she hopes, for the roster in Tokyo. That's a good way to impress straight away by coming on. And then in the block. Oh, she's done it again, Gabby. What a go-to player. There she is. Number 10, waiting at the net. Fegere serves. And I'll tell you what, she's going to be involved now. She is. Little pass. And then Thompson. Flicked over by Gattes. And here comes Gabby. And this time there is a dig and a pass. And then off the block, Jordan Larson makes it look as if it was just a training swing.
Well, that's a big rally. All those long rallies, Brazil has been winning some of those with big swings at the end. And now the USA coming through. Here's a nice dump by Holter. Getting it past the block, but Brazil keeps it alive. And a smart swing inside the block by Larson to finish that long rally.
And Larson will now serve. 2 points away from leveling this match. Whoops. Juan Orantes and Michelle Barch have to get each other's way, but still the USA take the point, and they have set point.
Wow, it was a save by Holter, though, off that block. No one was coming. And here's that little half roll shot, half not, that finds the floor.
Filiberto has gone for the timeout.
Galera, concentrar no side out, galera. Vambora.
Valeu, vamos virar de novo.
Valeu, consegue rodar pro jogo.
Bora, galera. Que é importante é rodar a sua bola e ir pro jogo.
Deixa a Tânia na pipe. Bora de novo.
Vambora. Valendo, consegue rodar. Variação da Larson, Fê, morrendo. Bora, galera. Ei. Bora.
Little more than a drinks break, really. Just enough to have a quiet word and give Jordan Larson a little bit more time to think about this serve, which, if it's good and in play, could lead to the USA taking set 2 and leveling the match at 1-1. Tandara and Macris back on for Danny Lintz and Rosa Maria. It is in play. And there's Gabby. That's a scramble from Poulter. And then Gabby again goes off the block. Here's Barch-Hackley. But Carol Gattes is there with the block, reaching up. Monster block, 23-24. 1 set point saved.
Wow, what a block couple of nice defensive efforts on the USA side, but that move, left hand strong into.
Still set point the USA. Oh yes, and she's done it, the setter. Jordan Poulter waited. What a time to do it as well. Calm, cool. She just had the dump, as you say, just a few moments ago, and the tip wins the set. Wow, 25-23. Another spine-tingling set. 28-26 to Brazil, the first one. 23-25 points, but she can ghost, she can dig, she can swing. A slight frame, but the punch and the power.
Well, that's the thing, she's quick. She's quick off the ground, so she jumps high, jumps well, and then her arm is really fast. It's a looping arm swing, but when she gets soon.
Akinradawo, Thompson and Larson, so it's very much the starting sixes. With Brazil to serve first with Macris. Thompson quickly into the action, and quickly off the block, takes a point.
Nice start running against the flow. Poulter setting that ball all the way across the court, flinging it back there, perfectly placed for Thompson.
Oh yes, they loved it. Macris, Carol, wonderful.
That connection since point one, where they had that slow misconnection where the ball went past her, she has been on every single time from then on.
Such exuberance, such passion, but also the commitment and technique. Comfortably read by Breitz, and then here comes Tandara, and off the block.
Veteran swing against that block. Block moves in the right spot. She sees it and knows that left hand of Thompson is gonna be available. That's exactly what she's doing the whole way around. There's Breitz with a beautiful pickup. Thompson dropping in, finishing that left hand too late, but a smart swing.
And here is Brazil's number 10. It's in play. You could have guessed that. Blocks ready. And Carol and Tandara do it again.
Big block by Carol, getting all the way there. This is a high set to the outside. They've got some time to work with. Get set and over, man. That is a huge wall. They keep working the right side of the court here, down the line at Michelle Barch-Hackley.
What a pickup by Figueiredo, or was it such a pickup? Brazil response. Figueiredo under attack once more, but doing what she does best. Dig, and then from the set, cross court.
A nice pass to start off. You see her really use that arm to drop inside the block. Wang Arantes moves in where she's facing, actually sees the angle of her approach, and then she cut the last second. She cuts it sharp inside the block.
Carol pushes it wide. There's something going on between Gabby and Carol, because that's the second or third time we've seen serves just go way wide. Looking, are they trying to target someone down that side?
They were still serving that same ball to Barch-Hackley, yep, trying to thread that needle there and serve her down the line.
Well, they're missing the eye by some way. 4-3, Akinradawo. Gabby takes it from Figueiredo. No worries. Fast, didn't she?
Quick.
Nice pickup. Back set. And from Tandara, that's a free ball. Still, the USA can't get the kill. Another free ball. Going for Thompson again, and this time, third time, it lands, and it's side out USA.
Good patience on the side of USA covering. See a little bit of frustration on the side of Brazil. They had a couple opportunities, missed opportunities in the middle of that rally, but here's the big swing at the end. Over and down. And Kelsey Robinson's got it in.
Thompson to serve now. Oh, yes. Figure eight. Was that a telegraph? It's been coming. It's the pass, the set, and she's going again, and the block was ready.
Well, the pass forces them to set her, and that's where the serve and the block is connected. Washington gets there knowing the ball's going all the way out to her. Finishes that play. It's a big block.
And there's a switch by Zeroberto. Natalia on for Figure. Acclimatization, so they go down the right-hand side, and she's done it again, Gataz.
On move zones now, hitting that ball all the way to the antenna this time. Finding that space outside of Jordan Larson. Gataz, so good. And I really like how they're mixing up their zones with her at the net.
75% attacks in. The speed and the command at the net, it's outstanding. Couldn't quite get it right with the block.
Nice swing by Larson, hard in that cross court. She's a little bit off the net, but surveys everything well. Sees the block, knows she has to go deep or off hands. Catches it.
That must have been in by about 5 millimeters. But it was in, according to the referee, and that's why it's 6-all. She's gone again, Gatez. Here's the pipe. And that's disappearing. We've never seen a happy ending the way when a player disappears off stage towards the trainers and the team bench.
Here's that attack. Coming hard out of the back row. Natalia.
Now it's Gatez going for 8-6 towards the first technical timeout in set 3. Oh, yes. She's not at the nets. Carroll's there, and the result is the same. A monster block, another point for Brazil, and another lead.
When Carroll has time and can get close, we've seen this over and over again. Used to seeing those armbands up and over the net, pressing hard into that angle.
Hey, in rotation 6, if number 15 middle blocker is running tight quick, they're not going to set her. Okay, they're going to use that to overload go. Okay, tight. If they're in row 6, if 15 is coming on tight quick, they're going to overload and go that way, left side. Okay, let's go. Slide.
Here we go. Hey, intention here. Let's go. Let's go.
USA! USA!
Talk each other through it. She said she was going to.
That's why I want you, because they're not overloading.
Because you know that's what I do.
So I want you to be with me. Because I don't want her to chase down.
I heard Coach Slave talking about in certain rotations, so he's talking on the defensive end of the ball right now. They're on offense right now, but when in the next rotation, they run 15 on that slide, that quick slide, they're not going to set her. Be aware that they're not going to set her. They're going to go outside and away from it. So something they track on the bench, what they do in every rotation.
Gatez with a deeper serve. Oh. Wow. Gabby on her own. And still the block is a monster one. 9-6.
It's tough to slow down or stop Haley Washington because she has so many different shots. She tries to hit that one out of bounds, and I think it catches her in her arm. It's a nice block by Gabby.
And Gatez continues on serve. This is a good run. It's a boomer from Barch Hackley. Carroll read that little dump from Poulter, and then Tandara. Oh. Whoa! Now that's a big boost for the USA, because Tandara was arriving with power and pace, but the block did its job.
It sure did. Michelle Barchackley gets there in position. It started with this Natalia's dig, getting underneath that big swing. But here's the shuffle move back into the court.
16 points to Barchackley.
They are in that rotation 6. We'll see where they go with the ball here.
Oh, that's a free pass almost for Brazil. They're out of system on both sides. Barchackley. Oh, yes. That's why she's top scorer in the match. Take that.
Poulter just making so many great plays at the net. A lot of tight passes for her. The luxury of having a big setter that can move around and is strong. She sets that ball on the fly, tight ball, flings it all the way out to Barchackley and crushes it.
Hayley Washington. It is on. And Macris to serve. That's an overpass. And Carol, there's the number 15. We'll have that all day, all night.
Started with a nice tough serve by Macris at the service line. Really putting some heat on that ball.
She's ready again in her mask. Nice slide. Akin Raduo. And you sense that was coming. There was quite a lot of jet at the net from Poulter at the end of that last point.
Always talking about what they're going to run next. The setter, that's her job, telling the hitters where to go.
Close to the net, but Thompson gets it over. Carol is down, Tandara is up, but that's gone long.
She's pointing,
I think
trying to get a reaction.
I think that was Karsh saying bye-bye, bye-bye. That was never
Luca
well
laughing.
Wide.
She's looking right at Luca.
Well, they're going for a challenge.
We shall see.
Block touch or not. Hardly had any challenges at all in this match. It's been of a high quality and a high intensity. Is there any finger wobble there? Not a touch.
Just missed. I mean, you see why she thought. It was barely above the
see why she hoped.
Oh, yeah. Willing to bet that ball might go back out to her. We'll see.
Oh yes. It's Macris Carol. No wonder she's smiling, because at the moment, every time the ball's set to her, she just puts it away.
Nakarado touched her last time in serve receive, but she hit that ball inside the block that time instead of straight ahead.
Oh, I thought that was going to be an expert cut across court by Natalia. Instead, his expression tells you that the USA took the point, and Natalia frustrated as well. 12 all. So that little break has come to nothing. The USA have dug deep again, and they're back level. 1 set all, 12 all. Not the best. Natalia's gone for a chat.
What kind of challenge? What? She was trying to take the ball here to set, and she came with the ball.
Brazil claiming block touch now. Zero Berton.
Block touch, no net touch. Block touch. I pressed, didn't go. I pressed, block touch. Block touch. I pressed, didn't go. I pressed, block touch. Mister,
Okay, go to
Okay.
the bench. Okay, go to the bench.
Okay.
Block the ball. Right? This is, wait. Professor. Okay. It's not possible to hold block touch. You want to... No, it's not possible because the ball is inside the court. It's not possible for block touch. Now, if you want net touch, I give you net touch.
Net touch, okay. Net touch.
Okay, challenge net touch. Challenge net touch.
Ele não vai mostrar o benefício. Não vai mostrar embaixo. Por que não pode ser block touch? Por que não pode ser block touch? Amigo.
All getting very heated on the Brazil sidelines. Well, there's no net touch there. That was desperation, really, from Zé. They're still claiming.
Well, they're frustrated. They thought that.
Block touch. Hey. Mr. Amigo, eu pressionei block touch.
One moment. The problem
He doesn't know that he can't block touch. That's the issue. And also, if he wants to do that during the rally, there's a special button to press as well.
It's not challenge. Why? Because it's not in the it's not in the menu. It's not in the menu. You know it, Professor.
Dani Cespedes from the Dominican Republic standing firm. The Brazil bench frustrated, rather like Kashkarai was at the end of the first set. So it's sort of evens itself out, but even so, they'll run on adrenaline and they'll be happy now and feel justice was done in a slightly different way at 13 all, because Brazil about level.
Natalia, one of the best players on this team, coming back and on the court, seeing that block well, still frustrated.
That's a great pickup. And here comes Gabby with a pipe. And that's just long.
Gabby looking for some hands. He had a lot of all three blockers in position. And she just missed that ball deep, out of bounds. We're back here in this battle. Seeing the hands, wanting to catch something on the way out. Just missed.
Not the best pass again by Natalia. And Akinradou would have felt she could have done better with that one too. And there's Tandara with a chance, and still nothing to choose between these teams in the final of the women's VNL. Washington and Hancock timed to join the rotation at her serve. The left-hander. Drews going the long way. So Larson, now the leader, Olympic bronze in 2016, silver in 2012. Not a good service reception by Natalia, but when you've got Gabby just waiting and that outside roll, you set her, she'll spin.
Finds space between this block, gets her feet all the way there, right between the hands of Haley Washington. Nice swing by Gabby.
Carroll now on for Camilla Bright. Gatters to serve. That's a low set by Hancock. Not much for Washington to do. Drews goes for the push. And then the pipe. That's going to go over. And out of system, Hancock issuing instructions. This is hard work. It's really intense.
Looks like there was a net violation, but they brought Gabby in on an inside set, trying to mix some things up for the blockers, and you'll see Drews just a little bit past her, not picking her up, flying in, And the net touch on the shoulder.
Level again. We've not seen much of Annie Drews. Brazil will be happy at that. They certainly felt her presence. A big swing, and it's off the block.
Drews moving it around. We've seen her hit a lot of different shots over the course of this VNL. Took some big swings in that last set when she came in. Missed a couple long, but she finds that rhythm. She could see the block well.
Poulter and Thompson back on. Set her to serve. Straight back in the groove. Oh, yes. Well, it's a good block, as in the arms were absolutely right. The power was there. It was just the direction at the final moment.
And an excellent vision by Gabby, seeing those hands when she hangs in the air. She can see the hands and know what she wants to do off the hands of them, edge of them. Oh, nice off.
Wow. What a pickup. And what a finish. Supreme pancake, Camilla Bright. She's done it again, Gabby.
Right, almost off the screen, out of the play. This will be a good angle to see it. Has to change direction and still keep this ball alive. Clean pancake, it's everything on that. Whole hand on this ball. As you said, Gabby coming through, finishing it off.
Standing start, and it still went over, and it still killed. She's done it again, one-handed. Oh, yes. Now, that's what the US block wanted. Natalia knew that wasn't the best, but the block did their job. But even so, credit yet again to Gabby for keeping Brazil there in that rally. Another one-handed pickup.
There's that strong block by Bartackley. Both hands strong over the net. That left hand takes the seam away.
Tandara. Poulter's ready. And so's Larson for the tip. And so were the Brazilian block. Popped over and then landed behind Larson, who thought she'd done everything right.
Carol, once again, waiting. She reaches over Tandara to get that block. She has 5-6 blocks right now.
Now she's serving. 2019. Brazil back in the lead. Not easy for Larson, but she's got away with it because of an error by the moment. They're certainly not enjoying it as much as they did against Turkey. This is a real slugfest. Brazil motivated by losing in 2019, 21-20. The USA, 2 times the winners. They set the standard very much in the VNL. Recent defeat by China was their first in 23 matches, an extraordinary run. So the changes for Brazil, let's focus on that. With the double substitution. Danny Lindstetter is on, making a comeback, looking for a 3rd Olympic appearance. Rosa Maria, outside hitter at the net. That's long. We're level again, 21-all.
It's tough. Danny Linds has a very tough serve. Can drive the ball in the seams. As we look at Tandara having a conversation back there. It's nice to have some time to sort some things out together on the bench.
Big hit. She's come on, and she's very much the impact sub. Everything she's doing, certainly in the last set and this one, it's working.
Very effective, and this is why they do it. There's a lot of good things that come out of this double sub. They can get some more offense, get a different rhythm, That's a big swing off the hand of Jordan Poulter.
Nice set of two by Danny Lintz, where she needed it. Natalia, the captain, 22-21. Piper, perfect. Poulter, Barch-Hackley, 22-all.
Poulter had a lot of options there. Barch-Hackley out of the back row, Thompson out of the back row, the slide attack going behind. When that ball's perfectly passed like Wong-Orantes does, she has everything she wants.
Natalia now under attack regularly. Oh, what a block. Deep serve, and then the monster block. Edges the USA into the lead at 23-22.
A big play by Poulter, getting all the way to the line. Right hand in. Washington's fired up. And so is Poulter.
Roberto, that expression tells you why they're off court. He needs a timeout.
Bora, lá em cima, Gabi. Vai.
Larson goes back to her right now.
Miller-Bright takes that one, and then there's Gabby. If in doubt, find Gabby. 23-all.
And if Bright can steal that ball, that's what she's doing. She's looking to squeeze as much as she can. And
23-all. Still could go either way for a 2-1 lead. Gattez is in. And so too is Washington. Set point USA.
Great handled pass by Wong-Orantes. That was a huge pass at the right time because it was a tough serve. Beautifully executed set to Washington.
From the exhilaration, the exuberance of that swing, now to serve for a 2-1 lead in the match. Natalia again. It's asking a lot of Gattez. And Barch-Hackley doesn't take it off the block. So Gabby goes, and then the USA block. Poulter punches the air because the USA do indeed lead by 2-1, 25-23. Another cliffhanger in this VNL 2021 women's final, and the USA, the defending champions, have the advantage. Currently in front by 2-1. And there she is, Carroll, right at the heart of the action at the start of set 4. Macris, Gabby, Carroll, Kandara, Natalia, Gattez, the starting 6, and it's as you were too for the USA. Barch-Hackley, Aguinaldo, Thompson, Larson, Washington, and Poulter. There is Poulter. Larson doesn't get the tip for the kill, and here comes Tandara, which is always bad news, especially when she's at. That was quick by Poulter, and she's on back set. Thompson going off the block, but that eyes blinking, it was like that was the wrong option, or rather the option didn't come off. 3-0. We've been here before. That happened in the first set. Bold start by Brazil. Nice pass. Not a good set. And that was simple for Brazil to make that 4-0.
I'm going to say trying to run the middle, trying to get something going there, but the connection hasn't quite been there the last couple of sets. And Brazil's been able to capitalize on it right now.
Timeout called by the USA bench.
We know that's a really good team. They're going to come at us hard, so now we chip away. Starting with passers doing a really nice job. We are passing at a very high level, so keep us going with that. That beats our side out offense.
USA! USA!
So Tandy in transition, she's really going well for seeing.
Every time we put up our hands to tip, they crash.
Maybe you guys
corners. Keep running that route, baby. Keep running that route. Here we go. Go, Mama.
Let's do one USA. Let's go.
Talking about passers, that's what you heard Coach Karai saying. The passers doing a really nice job, so just keep chipping away. This is a really good team. We know this is going to be a battle. Stay patient and slowly chip away at it. That's all you can do right now.
Drews is on for Thompson. And here comes the first set to her. And her first points in set. Washington on to serve. Libero off for now. Whoosh. You know what's coming as Tandara arrives with a big swing. 5-1 through the block, thank you.
Gets all the way out there on her and just takes advantage of that inside hand. Tandara going hard into that cross court. 16 points already for Tandara.
Oh, yes. How about that? It's not often you get a Drews tip because there's such power in that left arm when it swings. Really clever.
That just takes something off of it right at the end. Fully extended, finds the floor.
Beautiful disguise. And now the Drews serve. Little step in. It was in play. That was all inspired by Zhang Chengyin. They should have won that. USA yet to go to 5, but they're up against it at the moment in set. Nice pick up by Gabby. Gattez lands it. Took that really well, so fast. Again, Gabby, wonderful pick up the pass. Thank you.
So quick behind the setter. Gattez has been super effective on the slide tonight. You see, she's already gone. That takes a lot of trust and connection for the setter to find someone that you don't even see behind you.
They've been working together for 4 years at club level, Macris and Gattez, and that's why that works so well. That's small. Haley Washington has gone too long. That's 8-4. First technical timeout. That's a big gap. We haven't seen that in the match so far.
After this side out, what do we have, Luca?
Ladies, a lot of number 10 here, okay? Over there, Gabi. So if the pass is pushed this way, extremely to the line, that means no slide. Watch big go. Okay, if it's not all the way to the sideline, but still kind of further this way towards zone 2, she's gonna go long string. Keep eye on that, okay? Those are two different type of passes, okay? Let's go.
USA! USA!
Luca, repeat the first one.
If the pass is all the way to zone 2 right here, she's gonna go, she likes to go.
Got it.
Okay, if it's like right here, so she can't really squeeze sliding, then she's gonna go long string.
Got it, okay.
Okay?
He's talking to them about where the ball is being passed. So, of course, this is after the side out, because they have to side out first. So what's going to happen the next play, depending on where the ball is passed and where the setter's going to set. Again, the blocking strategy for the U.S. once they get this side out.
Gattez to serve. Brazil 8-4, 2-1 down in sets. Nice pickup. That was effortless in the nicest possible way from Barch Hackley. She's up to 20 points for the match. First player to reach that landmark.
Brazil doing what they wanted out of that rotation, getting it to go outside, but she found a way to get through that block.
Not the full power from Tandara, but we'll see it from Annie Drews, who's as happy as can be. The big swing, and they're never quite sure whether it's landed in or out. But the call from her teammate says, yep, that's our point, 8-6.
They want to touch off of, whoa, Drews.
Hello?
She called that kind of late.
Good. Your head. She was her head. Hit.
So she called the ball out.
And then says there were touch of Annie Drew's head for the touch.
And it may have been, but
Touch head.
definitely.
Touch head. Yes, deliver. Sorry.
Well, we'll take a look at it. I think they're not going to challenge it, so it must have hit her on the way out.
Ziriberto thought that was a touch, but Annie Drews gave no indication of anything brushing her at all.
Well, they didn't challenge it, so.
Anyway, we move on.
Okay.
It's not 2 points, it's 4 points. Furrow Brow Kashkarai, Brazil 9-5. Not a tidy one, but Annie Drews will try to put it away. And a fault. Infringement by Brazil means that the USA take that point.
Drews with another big swing, forcing the block into the net.
Oh, she squeezed it through. Gabby, the ubiquitous number 10 for Brazil.
Winds up, finds some space between the block. Gabby working the seams. Already with 17 points to Barchackley and that zone 1. And creating some bad passes off the net. Poulter saving that ball gives Drews a perfect set so she can find some space between the block.
Not even Gabby could get that back, so it must have been a good swing. Akinradawu, 7-10, hanging in there. Gabby takes it from Tandara, and that's long. 10-8. When Brazil think they're making a move, accelerating clear, the errors creep in, and the USA make up ground. Playing on Natalia, and then Tandara will go for it. Cross court and long. Another error.
It's rare to see one from her, and back-to-back errors. Tough play for Tandara right now.
Still back in Runaway. Mother of one. Serves nicely. And that's put away. If it's not Gabby, it's Carol.
Guess who? Up quick. She's in the air on contact. That's what you want, a first tempo set. The middle's up and available, and it's a beautifully set ball as well. We can't forget about the setter in all these plays to Carol.
Tandara read that tip. Poulter takes that, or would have preferred to. And still, even though Drews did the set, it's Jordan Larson who scrambles that, puts it away.
Talking about the setter when she came in and just kind of knuckled that ball over. They were having some discussion if she was over the height of the net, but play's going to move on. That's where you saw a little bit of that frustration from Karch and Larson questioning that.
Natalia. Great pickup. And now Drews goes blasting through. But it's Gates. Up, high, strong. Good point.
A huge point for Brazil. That is a big block right in front of Drews. Here's that cover play, of course, right, available and ready. And this is the block set perfectly by Natalia.
They know she goes cross-court and they were ready. And the setup was always going to go cross-court, difficult to change tack. So Brazil, 2 points to the good. That's a good pick up by Wong Arantes. And here comes Annie Drews. Oh, wonderful by Tandara. And then off the block, Natalia seemed to be aimed low to catch an arm or a hand.
Tandara with that flying, standing pancake. I don't know how she got that ball. Here's Jordan Larson pulled her hands. A big dig. Here's that pancake, just controlling it. A nice job by Natalia, finishing off the inside head of Larson.
3 blocks, a triple block, but still they took the point. 13-10. Even Tandara couldn't get that one. Larson again targets Natalia. Oh, Macri.
Here's that slide attack again, all the way out to the antennas. Tough to stop. Gatas fast and on top of it.
Barch Hackley had to check her stride. This is Messi from Brazil, out of system. And then Washington bangs one over. Quick sets from Poulter.
A little bit of confusion on the side of Brazil. Ball is up and alive, and then they had to make something. This ball's dug with the forearm here. This is supposed to be a pancake. She overran it, but still made the play, and Washington finds that space just so quick.
Also quite seemingly clever by Barch Hackley, just could have gone for the big one. It was restrained, modified in mid-air, which caused that fumble by Carroll. And that's simple, and she's tried once and twice, and then it comes off. And again, it's the target of Natalia. The ball just coming straight back over from the serve.
Been serving her a lot, that's exactly right. Serving her down the line, trying to disrupt their offense, getting some overpasses. Gatas does a nice job covering that first play. Right there where Poulter is, just can't get the second one.
She's still on her knees. Even then, she's almost to the top of the net. Tall, commanding presence. But 14-11 has suddenly become 14-13. Washington to serve. Nice. Set just in front of Gabby and with minimum fuss. She responds to a bit of an SOS.
Natalia hanging in there with that pass. Here's that long string ball all the way to the outside, and the ball's passed to the right. It's on it quick.
Great composure needed now. How to make an impact. Nail this serve. It's big and bold. And that takes us to the second technical timeout at 16-14. Poulter returns, and then Kachkarai has his chance to plop the final third of this set 4. Are we going to go to 5, or can the USA close it out?
atacar porque estamos recuperando mal, defendendo mal essa bolinha que estamos quebrando pra caralho o saque. Vambora! Agressividade de estado de vocês podem virar, mas bola no mérito, porra. A bola tá caindo mais ou menos, pode cair.
Bora, depois voltar. Eu tenho que ir direto com a bola ali.
Vai direto na bola. Não fica jogando não, porque jogando você perde.
Não. Vamos.
We gotta be on that gap.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Here we go. USA!
Let's go.
Keep going, March.
Out of both timeouts, there's a sense of urgency. Both teams know this is it. For Brazil, for sure, has to win this set. USA wants to hang on there and win it in 4. You don't want to go 5 with a team like Brazil.
USA have done all their good work inside 4 sets in 2021 at the VNL. Got a bit of work to do now. 2 points behind. Drews, though, will try and cut that. Quick work, it's got to go over. Larson goes deep. Gabby goes for the tip. And then Drews swings mightily. And this time there's no doubt. That was off the block. Take a point.
Started with that cover. It was a good block by Brazil that you thought may have been down. Here it is. And kept alive by Akinrado. A huge play, saving it. And Drews finding those hands.
Rare error by Carroll. Here's the USA star at the moment. Barch Hackley just keeps on doing it. And she's coming with the pipe. Well read by Wangarantes. Oh! Wonderful tip there by Larson, still in play. Drews goes big, and she squeezed it through, and the block for Brazil has been breached.
A lot of scramble plays on the USA side, keeping the ball alive. Wangarantes with a huge one here inside the block. Nice and high, up and down, so they could transition out of it. And of course, Larson coming through with that tip, and Brazil saving it. The hands just don't get over the net for Brazil. Oh, lucky she didn't step on that.
Annie Drews having the big impression. Ooh. Barch Hackley gets away with it, but that's one of her matches at the moment. It's all going well, and that is surely out. We took a bit of time to get the decision from the referee. And how about that? From 17-14 to 17-all.
Well, that's a good serve. It got Tandara on the ground, so you know she's out of the play. The block could get all the way over there on Gabby, and she misses wide.
Once or twice in a match. And Brazil call a timeout. They've squandered another lead.
Tá? Pelo menos, deixa na sobreposta, mas mexendo. E fica melhor. Boa, galera. Tá tudo acontecendo. Nós estamos pegando contra. Só precisamos subir e conseguir contra-atacar, galera. Tá tudo. Estamos quebrando o passe, tá indo. Vambora.
Vai dar certo. Bora.
Fazer o nosso side-out, vambora.
Sempre tocando, pegou do lado de lá pra dentro. Tem que estar tudo. Deixa lá, Black tá fora.
Agressivo.
And is it a coincidence that the USA have come back with Michelle Barch Hackley on serve yet again?
Well, she has a tough serve, and she can put it right where she wants it and disrupts the offense.
She's done it again. Natalia found, and the block is ready and gets the better of Carroll. And we've not said that often tonight.
Akinrado gets in front of her, slowed her down once before it didn't stuff block her, but this is the one and the time. A full commit on a perfect pass. Not really a full commit, but gets her hands up there and gets the block.
And still Barch Hackley serves. Aiming for Natalia. It's a scramble again. Well, on both sides now, but Drews may have a better idea, and she does. How about that? 19-17. The run continues. And Brazil are indeed scrambling.
Nice pickup by Larson there on that tip. Got some changes.
Rosa Maria on, impact substitute for Tandara. And still Barch-Hackley lands it in. The block is there again, and it's a free ball. Poulter to Drews, and Barch-Hackley, magnificent, keeps it in play. Larson goes, but Carroll has the final word. What a great rally, monster block.
Couple of big plays, but that block to finish. Surprise, surprise, Carroll getting there all the way to the outside. It's like it's on repeat. 17 points and 8 blocks for Carroll right now. Here it is, that strong set all the way to the pin, but Carroll taking care of business.
The whole match has gone up another gear. USA sensing this is their chance to close out the match. Brazil have to win this set to stay in it. And the USA have just nicked another point, 2018.
Drews has been hitting that spot between the 5 zone and the 6 zone, not exactly down the line, but right between where the defenders are. And she's one-on-one anyway, but you see right there on the line, you can't dig that ball. Well, you're right there.
Akin Radowo. That's almost straight back over, and here is the free ball. The USA starting to turn the screw, and then net touch.
That's tough. She was over. Actually, back row play by the setter here. Tries to get this ball back over the net. You see the ball crosses the plane, which she may not do. It was just an overplay by Barch-Hackley on that touch.
Brazil just a point behind now. But the point is, the USA still lead, and they could go for side out now. Drews plants it straight at Gabby, who's coming for the return, but then it's big swing by Natalia. Drews, bang, off the block. It's working.
Really well executed. It was Barch-Hackley with that huge dig off a monster swing on the side of Brazil, keeping that ball going. Here it is, controlled high touch. There are certain plays within a rally that determine what happens in the end, and that was the one.
She's right in the groove at the moment, Annie Drews. On for Jordan Thompson and making an impact. And she'll go again. Oh, yes, what a block. Wow. Massive unload from Rosa Maria, but still the USA block.
She went hard after that line, and Jordan Larson all the way out there, strong with her left hand. Takes it away. Was not gonna get tooled.
Timeout, Brazil.
Big point for the USA at a crucial time.
Captain Larson looks calm. Annie Drews has to stay calm. It's a good serve. Fegure is on, but the block will not be beaten. The defending champions are now just 2 points away from a hat-trick of VNL titles.
From pin to pin, from Larson to Poulter. Still can't find any room.
Rosa Maria hasn't made the impact, so Tandara's back on. The last throw of the dice by Zia Roberto and Brazil. They were leading, and now they're trailing and in trouble. Tandara has the impact. 2023. That's one. Now she marches back. It's her serve. It's got to be in, it's got to be good, it's got to make the USA play.
If anyone can get them back in it, it's Tandara. From the net, from the service line, and out of the back row.
Hayley Washington has set up match point.
Now everybody clap your hands.
Brazil took the first set. They looked good. They were leading for much of the second set. And now here we are in set 4. And the USA, led by Jordan Larson, who is about to serve, have the chance to win the match. Figueiredo targeted. It's not a great start for Brazil. There's a tip. It's back over. This has got to count for Brazil, and it does. Carroll smiles. Brazil have a point. They've gone big, and they have to, because the USA still have 3 match points. Figueiredo, Olympic gold medal winner, has got to land this in. It's in play now, but Drews comes with a tip, and it's still there for Tandara, but the American block does its job. Still in play. What a great point. Still match point for the USA, and they've done it. Michelle March-Hackley, the top scorer and surely player of the match for the USA, has closed out VNL 2021, and for the 3rd edition... De Roberto knows they came close, knows that they did a magnificent job, but he knows they've fallen short again. And the USA are the VNL 2021 champions. It's the hat-trick. 3 of the very best for one of the best teams in the world. They are the world #1s, and they are the champions. And they will go from Rimini to Tokyo aiming for their first ever gold medal. Can they land that? Karsh Karai has achieved so much as a player. He's got 3 VNL titles. Now he's going to go for Olympic gold again. That's been elusive. This has been the perfect preparation. And Salima Rockwell, thank you very much for watching. We'll do it again next year. Some of the highlights of another gripping encounter between Brazil and the USA. They make a history of it. They make a habit of it. And Annie Drews, who didn't start, certainly played her part. She's been waiting. You sense she's been itching to get on. She had a great season in Japan. She started behind Jordan Thompson, but she made an impression. Hayley Washington's made a big impression. And even though there were some big hits landing from Tandara and Gabi, Annie Drews came on. And some might say, Salima Rockwell, she made a difference. There was a different intensity, a different line of attack that she brought to the USA, to Jordan Thompson.
Well, they're different players, and I think they both contributed at a very high level tonight. And sometimes just moving people in and out and giving a different look changes things, changes a rhythm. And Annie Drews, like we said, Annie and Jordan both have been playing for the USA throughout this entire VNL, contributing so positively. They have so many great options. They could start either one of them, and then either one of them can come off the bench and make a difference. So that double sub is an option with Hancock and Poulter, and then Drews and Thompson, and any combination of that can work. And this was one of those matches that you expected to be a battle. And Jordan Poulter set a beautiful match tonight, holding it down, moving the ball around, and when Micah Hancock was called on, also came in and did a good job. And that's the thing about the USA team right now, has a deep bench. But Brazil, talented, extremely talented team. We saw all the firepower of Gabby, everything from Tendara, Fegere, of course Macris. I mean, there's so much to talk about with the Brazil team. And it was a battle that we expected. And USA was better tonight.
What do you think were the key elements then? What turned it? What changed it? Because everyone was expecting, we were all expecting a tight encounter, and we got it. We got 3-1. The first set was 28-26. What was it, though, that Kash Karai and the USA did, which made Brazil think, which knocked them back, which saw them take the next 3 sets and close out the match?
Well, it was tough because they were trying some serving strategy, but Brazil was passing fairly well, and they were able to run the middle a lot. And once they got them off the net and were able to find that serve that they wanted, pulled Brazil off the net a little bit more, they were able to get their block set and transition out of it. Their transition game was very good. So I think once a few points, we talked about that, it was so neck and neck. Can anyone get a couple points in a row? And that's what the USA did a couple of times.
But so did Brazil. That was the point. That Brazil picked up points and had a lead of 3, a lead of 4, and yet they've ended up with the silver medal, not the gold medal.
It did, and that's what I said. When the USA found their serving stride and got them off the net a little bit and got in a rhythm, it was a little bit better.
Turkey, of course, finished with the bronze medal. And the best blocker goes to Carol Gates, 39 years old. What a season she is having. She's going to be a huge presence in Tokyo for Brazil in the middle block and also in the attack for Brazil. The best libero, the winning libero, Justine Wong Arantes. What a boost for her as she heads to her first Olympic Games in American colours. The best setter, Jordan Poulter. What a moment for Jordan Poulter. What a moment as she heads to her first Olympic Games, aged just 23 years old. The best opposites, the cannon of arm. It's Tandara for...
Welcome, FIVB President Ari Grassa, to present the most valuable player.
So the most valuable player award
Volleyball Nations League Women's Finals
will go to the most valuable player.
The Italian National Tourism Board is from USA, number 14, Michelle Bosch-Eckley.
It's the match winner for the USA, the top scorer for the USA, Michelle Bosch-Eckley, presented with the award by the FIVB president Ari Gracia, wearing an equal jersey with his playing number on. As a volleyball player, he won number 9, and on the back of the jersey is his name and the name of his wife, Marina. But the biggest smile belongs to another woman with her first name beginning with M, Michelle Bosch-Eckley. What a moment, MVP, and she's part of the VNL Dream Team and the They were high hopes too of the gold medal, but they here for 2021.
And now, please welcome the 2021
which will be
FIVB
presented
Volleyball Nations
to the
League
United States of
gold
America.
medalist, the national team of USA. Number 1, Micah Hancock.
And we see those
Number 2,
who've helped
Georgie
and
Poulter.
driven the team to the top. Micah Hancock.
Number
Jordan
4,
Poulter.
Justine Wong.
Number 4, Justine Wong-Orantes, the libero. 25 years
Number
old.
11, Andrea Drews.
Annie Drews, number 11. The opposite.
Number 12,
Big hitting.
Jordan Thompson.
Jordan Thompson, the opposite, who started
Number 14,
and will finish with a medal. Here is the very modest Michelle Barch-Hackley, MVP 2021. Foluke Akinradewo, Olympic silver medalist, Olympic bronze medalist. She's now a gold medal winner at the VNL, and we've still got Tokyo to come. Hayley Washington takes gold, the middle blocker.
23,
Kelsey Robinson, gold medal winner 2 years ago, the outside hitter.
Number 24, Chaka.
And finally, number 24, Chiaka Obogu, the middle blocker. And when I say finally, you know there's still one person to come. Captain Fantastic. Well, here's someone who's certainly fantastic. Coach Fantastic.
And now to present,
the trophy
Volleyball Nations League trophy
is the FIVB president, Ari Gracia, wearing his equal jersey with the number 9 on his back. It's heavy, but it'll feel as light as you like if you've won the gold medal match. From the president to the captain, it's held aloft, and the USA are the gold medal winners in Rimini. Time to share the load. Spread the love. Share that trophy. For a big hitter, it's a big trophy. Even the most valuable player is having trouble, but she's holding it the right way because it says VNL. And here is the winner's photograph. Never forget the backroom staff. They may not have hit the shots, they may not have dug the balls that made the passes, but they did everything else to make this possible. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2021 champions of the VNL. They came, they saw, they conquered. In Italy, in Rimini,
2021 FIVB Volleyball Nations
the USA
Women's Finals.
dominate another VNL, and they're in prime shape for Tokyo 21. From Jonathan Ledyard and Salima Rockwell, thank you for watching. All hail the United States of America.